What's up, y'all? Welcome to the aftermath with your boy Cool Cat Connor. Hopefully, we'll see about Smitty. We'll see about Smitty and we'll see about King DV. But man, listen. Prayers to Jordan Love. Prayers to Jordan Love. First things first. Okay. Prayers to Jordan Love. Hold on. What up, King?
What up, man? What up? What up? What up?
Yep. So let's talk about it because the word of the day on Birds of Broad Street this Monday is feeling. So I want to ask you, after watching that game, King DV, how we feeling?
We should have had the starters in the preseason. This game shouldn't have even been this close. But I did predict 34-24. So I was a little close. I know some people said 34-27. So, I knew it was going to be a little sloppy. I didn't even take the field into consideration. But overall, man, I'll take the win. I'll take the victory, man. We've seen some good things, some great things. Seen some awful things, but it's a lot to clean up. It's only week one. We did come out there with the win. We took care of business. I knew that we was going to handle our business once we got the ball back and we was able to run down the clock. I knew we was going to have to take care of business. What I didn't understand was certain play calls, like Kellen Moore, doing certain play calling, and then also Jalen Hurts, keeping it at times. Whereas though, like, yo, give it to the hot hand, give it to Saquon Barkley right now, and live to see another down. Why are we sitting up there with empty sets in the backfield? I mean, in the back, like, yo, just hand it off to Saquon. But overall, man, it was some good things great things that I saw from all our skilled players, man. AJ Brown over 100 yards, Saquon Barkley over 100 yards, 3 total touchdowns. Devontae Smith came through in clutch. The clutch almost had 100 yards himself. The only person that didn't really go off was Dallas Goddard. Jahad Dotson did. I don't even think he had a catch. But there's some things that I like from the defense as well. We already knew that Jacoby Dean can play downhill. We already know Jacoby Dean has good closeout speed, and we also know that he could get to the quarterback. What I didn't like from the only thing I didn't like from Jacoby Dean is his pass coverage. And if he would have got that damn pick six,
Yep.
we would have been having a whole different conversation.
Oh yeah, we would.
But look, I'm happy with the win. Now I get to chill on Sunday and just and do my thing. Now we played the better. I ain't gonna lie, we played the better Green Bay Packers team than them other guys played in the playoffs. And we got out there with the victory. You can't blame anything. The only thing I didn't like from Jalen Hurts was it's too much hero ball. Stop trying to be the hero and try to make something happen. You don't have to do that. We too skilled and too talented for you to be doing that.
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, man, Jalen Hurts was throwing dots besides the turnovers.
Yeah.
You're throwing dots. Cam Jurgens needs to do nothing but snap the ball. Just please, just snap the ball. Snap the ball.
Right.
But overall, man, I'm happy with the win. It was close. I did call the Reed Blankenship turnover. I did call that interception on Wednesday.
Yep.
I want to see more from the edges too.
Yeah.
I didn't see too much from the edges. Now, Josh Sweat out of all the edges, Josh Sweat and maybe Brandon Graham, because Brandon Graham got into in the mix a little bit, disrupted Jordan Love.
Man, did y'all do a prayer for Jalen for Jordan Love, man?
Oh yeah. Prayers to Jordan Love.
Bro, he might have tore his ACL, bro.
Ooh,
Yo, I was
That's what I'm hearing
about
from
to get on
Packers
here.
fans, bro.
Yeah,
I was about to get on here. I was about to get on here and say, yo, I'm just happy that nobody got hurt, and then look at that.
Hey, my guy showed up, man. The Kobe Dean showed up, man.
We already know that he was going to do what he was going to do. Now, Zach Barnes deserved.
Zach Barnes. Him and listen, I think
he
Devin
was
White
everywhere.
Devin White
he was everywhere.
He might have let them two dudes show up too much.
All right, let me hear from Smitty because the word of the day on Monday is feeling. So I want to know from Smitty after this game, how are we feeling? And then we'll get to great Jalen Hurts and everybody.
Man, we got a lot to clean up, but anytime you can get a win, right? You want to appreciate the win, right? You want to take it in, you want to feel good about the win, but you have to also be subjective and look at it from a very, very non-biased opinion. Quarterback played very bad. He did not perform to the standard. You know, all those turnovers can't happen, man. You know what I'm saying? So, but what I am very excited about is Mr. Saquon Barkley. That man put us on his back. Jalen Hurts was not. Jalen Hurts didn't have a completely sorry game, but he made some bad plays, some good plays. But you know, when we get the grade, you'll see where I'm at with it. But overall, man, I think our defense really showed me something. You know what I mean? They showed some heart. They really kept us in the game early. You know what I mean? They really dug their heels in and said, look, I know the offense not playing well. And you know what? I got to admit I was wrong because I believed it was going to be the other way, man. I believe the offense was going to have to dig the defense out, but the defense stood up multiple times for us, man, and made plays. So I got to say I'm very excited, man, about what we can do once we fix up some of these problems we see tonight.
Yeah, for me, I'm feeling good about this win. Now, I may acknowledge Jalen freaking Hurts as my franchise quarterback, but he's still got some stuff to clean up. Those 2 picks, you can't have that. You can't have those picks. Throw it out. If you don't see nobody open, get out of bounds, live for another day, or throw it out of bounds.
What I didn't understand. What I didn't understand.
Let me finish. Let me finish.
Go ahead.
I get it, but you got AJ Brown who went for 100 yards. Saquon Barkley was feasting in this game. Give the ball to him. I get it. You want to play hero ball, but you got these guys. Don't be a hero. I get it. You want to be Captain America, but don't forget about the other Avengers. But you had a solid game. So. Good, not great, but you had a so game. Defense, you did some good. Don't ever let these running backs go up and down the field on you. But all in all, it was a good game. I'm feeling a little good about this game. But go ahead, Keen. I'm sorry to interrupt.
No, I'll interrupt you. My bad. But what I don't understand is that first interception. Why throw it up the middle in a cover 0? I just didn't understand that play. I know that he was trying to make something happen, but that wasn't the time to do that.
Exactly.
You could have lived to see another down. On top of that, the other interception, it looked like AJ slipped a little bit in the end zone.
Yeah, I think AJ slipped, but even there.
Yeah, he slipped.
Yeah, he slipped.
So, bro, if he don't slip, he's in front of Jair. Don't get a chance to break on the ball or nothing, but that's a touchdown.
No, right? That's what I'm saying.
Right. It's a tutty.
That's what I'm saying. And then
but look, I ain't even talking about the ones he threw. I'm talking about the ones he almost threw. What about the one on the sideline, the one that AJ where he tried to squeeze it in? Like
Tuesday.
Listen, the one to the left side to Jahan Dotson probably should have been 6. Yeah. The one to AJ with Jair Alexander hugging him probably should have been a pick. Jalen was making some bad decisions, bro. You know what I'm saying? It wasn't the best, man. It wasn't the best at all.
He was. I mean, if this is his point, his way of trying to stay aggressive.
Actually, I'm sorry to interrupt, King. Actually, let's talk about Jalen. Let's talk about it. Go ahead and talk about him, King, and give on a scale your grade. Talk about him.
I mean, right now for Jalen Hurts. I mean, we talking about all the bad. You know, he did make some bad plays. Yeah. Like Smitty said, you know, a lot of the passes could have been intercepted. He really wasn't aware of basically the defender multiple times. Then the 2 interceptions of the careless passes. They counted 2 fumbles against him, which I don't get. But you know, we know one was a bad snap, and it was another fumble that was recovered by Saquon. Um, but he was dotting and he was dotting it up the rest of the game. You know, um, he was able to get guys involved when it mattered. The run that he had when he was dragging guys for that first down, man, that was everything, man. You know, he wanted to win this ball game. Um, I think he was kind of pissed off at himself as well. I love to see the offensive lineman on the sidelines talking to him. But I do got to give him like a 6 or a 7. Probably, I'll say a 7. I say a 7 because we did win. But it's a lot of things that he needs to clean up, and he needs to not. How do you go through a whole training camp with just one interception and then your first game you throw two? Like I don't understand that. I don't. You know, we was running the ball great, lean on that more, especially with this field. But you know, we played a lot of empty sets down the stretch, which I didn't understand at all. Trust your running game, trust it. And why you keep having him keep the ball on RPOs? They onto that. They was onto that the whole game. Like you know, it's a lot on Jalen Hurts, but it's a lot on the play calling of Kellen Moore
Do
too.
you feel like
And he
some
needs
of
to
those
clean up as well.
keepers set up Saquon turning up in the second half a little bit?
Yeah, because you seen it was the one play that took us into the fourth quarter, and he ran the ball for like 20 something yards, and then he was yelling. Basically, you know, that was because you know the play before, Jalen Hurts got tackled after keeping the ball. He gets frustrated, and that's a part of Saquon Barkley's leadership that I was talking about. That was a part. That's a part of it. So you could see this is what it is. You know, he gets mad and then he runs angry. That's basically what happened there. So, but Jalen Hurts needs to clean it up. Overall, Jalen Hurts had a decent, a good game, not a
Yeah.
decent game. He had a good game, but it could have been better. You know, if he don't have those 2 interceptions, if he don't have those near picks or anything, he just took care of the football. It'd have been flawless. What happened to the hot routes and the checkdowns? He didn't do that until the second half. He really didn't. So look, I'm just looking for him to be better. I think he will be better, but I'm just happy, I mean, like Smitty said, when he first came in here, you know, prayers up for Jordan Love, man,
Yeah.
because you don't want to see nobody get hurt, man. You want to beat everybody at their best. Even though Malik Willis was only in for 2 plays, but I'm just happy, knock on wood, that nobody on the Eagles sideline got hurt like badly. They got dinged up, but they didn't get hurt.
Right. Smitty?
If you asking me to rate Jalen Hurts, man, you got to add in, I feel like 2 of the turnovers wasn't on him. It was kind of on, Cam being a little bit off on the snap. But then he had 2, errant throws that probably shouldn't have been thrown. I'm gonna ride with DV on this one, man. I'm gonna probably go with a 7, man. He made some plays, right? He did some things in time where we really needed to score. We really needed to put points on the board. We really needed a sustained drive down the stretch. He was really precise in that last drive, man. Like, you got to grade him on everything, right? So, it's a bad slate to, have a game like that where you do play in that manner. But when it counted, man, he did what he do best, man. He did what he do best, man. He won the game. You know what I'm saying? He ended up picking it up at the end. And I really hate that he found out the weakness in that defense too late. Listen, Jalen Hurts would have had 150 yards if he went up the middle more. He kept trying to go outside, and the weakness is right up the middle. And down the stretch, he figured it out. But guess what? You know how he figured it out, DB? He was over there with Nussmeier. He was over there with Kellen Moore. He was with the offensive line. And before the last drive, he was talking to Mulata. And Mulata was pointing like this. So he telling him, hey, man, he containing you to the outside. Stop coming to the outside. Jalen said, okay, that's what they playing. And when he stepped to the outside, he seen the linebacker shift all the way down. He just went back up the middle. You know what I'm saying? And I appreciate him finding out. I wish he would have found it out earlier, man. It would have been a way better game, way better outcome. But I'm glad he did figure it out. And the field conditions wasn't all that great. So Jalen Hurts made some plays, but he made some bad plays. Everybody is subject to criticism. And today, Jalen Hurts did not play Jalen Hurts football. But all in all, He did what he needed to do in the end, and that's win the game. So hats off to Jalen Hurts, man. After a gutsy performance, let's clean it up, man. Let's get back to work. 1-0 is all we can ask for.
Yeah,
One thing. I'm sorry. I'm just gonna say this real quick. One thing that I did realize that me and Smitty always talked about with Jalen Hurts last season, he was taking criticism this time. He wasn't zoned out, spaced out, not listening to nobody. He was looking at them, talking to them. He got up, went to the side, the other side, and was talking to Doug Nussmeier. He was talking to Kellen Moore, making sure that what he saw and what they saw was
Hey, DB, I know you seen the one when we went 3 and out, right?
Yeah.
And him and Doug talking, and Doug saying something, and he like, hold on, Doug, I need to go talk to my guys. I need to go get engaged with the guys. He went down to where the O-line was at. He got down. He started talking to the guy. Hey, man, what's going on? What do y'all see? Talk to me so we can do better together on the field. I know you peeped it. Because, look, I know how you watch the game. You watch it like me. I know you peeped it. I was just like, that's what I'm talking about, bro. In a crucial moment, you rallied the troops. Hey, man, look, this last drive, we finna kill it.
Or how about that 4th and 3 when he looked at Smitty and he said something and Smitty shook his head and they went right to Smitty. What about that? It's a lot that Jalen Hurts did.
He looked at Smitty. Smitty, and then down low he went like this. He went like this 2 times, and then Smitty said, and then he boom. I said, oh, they on the they got to click.
I'm saying that's what we were missing last season, but I'm happy right now. We're in this season, and I'm happy that he's actually doing that, and it's only going to get better. It's like I said, it's a lot of things that got to be cleaned up, but I'm just happy that he's talking to the team more, like during the game, like we were discussing.
As honest the truth, I don't know if Smitty asked for it, but I know it was set up because soon as they got up there, he looked at the defender, and then he looked at Smitty. He said whatever he said. He did this. Smitty looked down at AJ, and then he looked back. He said, and then he ran the end. So hey, look, that's what. But you remember when Slay said, "Man, it's not just Jalen Hurts' job to see what's going on out there on the field. It's everybody's job." Jalen Hurts not just calling it. He seeing what he see, and then he turned and saying, "Hey, you see it? Is it good? That's where we going. All right, we on the same page." And then when he pop. I said, oh, man. And he killed them. Listen, he killed them on that route 3 times. They could. Listen, I thought they was going to run it again for the touchdown, but I see what was going on. I was like, we just going to – I see what we was playing for the last 2 minutes. I was like, okay, this right here ball game. If Saquon get a first down, this ball game. We're going to play for the field goal and kill it. Listen, that Fangio defense, yes, it was some miscommunications, but some of the plays they were able to make, bro, was crazy. It was crazy. Bro, listen, I ain't gonna lie to y'all. Y'all know how much I have in this game is crazy. And just to see my phone going crazy, right? I know y'all see me looking down, my phone going, broop, 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 broop. Bro, every Packer fan I ran into, I don't know why. I was just like, you want to bet something? You want to bet something? I was confident about the game. And even though I was, like, nervous because I just didn't like what I was seeing from Jalen, I was always in the
what I was
group
seeing
chat.
from the team.
I was in the group chat. A lot of it we kind of knew was coming, bro. Like, the miscommunication on the back end, you know what I'm saying? Like, things like that going to happen. You know what I mean? Because it's a new defense. You trying to figure out where you're going. But it was plays like Nakobe Dean blowing up the screen that probably would have went for big yards because Nakobe Dean get beat right there on that screen. He the only man within 15 yards. Like Nakobe, listen, it was a run play in the 4th quarter. They had just hit us for maybe 7 or 8. But it was for the first down. Nakobe Dean shoot the gap and blow it up. It's 2nd and 11. They ended up not getting a good drive after that. And Nakobe Dean, Zach Bond, I was kind of disappointed in Jalen Carter a little bit. He couldn't keep his cool a lot. You know what I mean? He was getting into a lot of little scuffles where he was about to get another penalty. But
Steve, We acknowledge Jalen freaking Hurts as a franchise quarterback, but that don't mean he don't get no criticism. We can't do that.
He definitely getting criticized.
Come on now. But go
I
ahead.
did listen. You know what really messed me up, DB? Jalen Carter and Milton Williams was exhausted at the end of that game, and Jordan Davis was.
You see that?
He was playing. He was. They were like, and he was just like, y'all ready to go? Like, come on, let's get it.
Jordan Davis is a run stopper, man. Tonight he was a run stopper tonight, bro.
Listen, I really appreciate. Like, I knew they was gonna get something at the end of that. You know what I mean? They really bust us in the head a couple times at the end of that game.
Yeah.
But like, it was a couple times where I watched our team make some, bro. The CJ Gardner-Johnson and Darius Slay, right side of the field. They run a little fake route this way, and they come back with the dump off to the tight end. No, to the running back this way, right? With the tight end trying to set the block. Man, them boys maneuvered right around the tight end and collapsed them. I was like, see, that's the type of defense I need. Shakira! That's the type of defense I really been looking at, right? Because, like, you need to surround ball carriers. And it was a couple of times where we missed tackles, but the missed tackles this time weren't like because I arm tackled you straight up. It was more like I was out of place and you were just too far for me to tackle you. But when we were in position to square up and tackle people, it wasn't like last year where they were just getting by us. No, it was for sure wrap up, tackle. Like, I seen CJ miss like 2 tackles, right? But it was more like the dude blowing by him, and he just trying to reach out at the last second and just make a play. Let me at least try to slow you down. But when we were in position to make the tackle, to bring somebody down, we were tackling very well. Hey, look, hats off to Zach Bond, bro. Them 2 linebackers tonight, I know we had a lot of concern about our linebackers going into this game. Them boys played their tail off.
He had
they
15
gave
tackles,
everything
bro.
they had.
Zach Bond had 15 tackles, bro.
They gave everything they had, bro. They went crazy, bro. Listen,
15 tackles.
I don't want to speak badly of Devin White, you know what I mean? Because I do like the guy, but like, I just don't know, man. It's Zach Bond might have played. Zach Bond and Nakobe played so well. I don't know how you take them boys off the field right now.
I think it's going to be a figure 8.
Huh?
I think it's going to turn into a figure 8. Like, they're going to rotate. It's going to be a rotation. But that's how it's going to be.
I do got to, you know what I'm saying? I just don't, you know how I am, bro. I'm like, I just don't know how you take them off the field. Like, after they play like that, like, them boys played lights out. Listen, if I had to give an A grade anywhere right now, it's the linebackers. Like, linebackers get a 10 from 10 plus off the rip. Like, them boys played. I don't want to touch, but they played their tail off, bro. And I was really shocked to see how well they played together. And even though I told Nakobe Dean to stay away from getting people lined up, he was the reason Reed Blankenship got the interception. He's moved Zach Bond before the play. He said, Zach, move out. Yeah. Zach slid over, and then he dropped back into the play.
Yeah, he slid over, and then that undercut the route. And when he undercut the route, then Reed came down and did the same thing he did to Aaron Rodgers. And I was like, that's what I was talking about. He's going to get one of those plays. I knew it was.
Shaquille, I was ranting, sis. I was ranting. I was on the roll. I had some things in my head I wanted to say, and I know as Cool Cat calls stuff out, I want to miss things. So I was just trying to roll as I was going, as they was clicking. You know what I mean?
But as everybody's saying in the chat, shout out to Q, man. Q only had one mistake the whole game. He only had one mistake the whole game, and it almost.
You want to know what's funny? They did us that same play that Q got called for on that penalty. They did the same thing to us, and it was no penalty, bro.
Right. It was a couple missed calls for us. You know, Jalen Carter got held, but since he made contact with Jordan Love, they didn't call it. It was a lot of things that they missed. A lot of things. But you know, Q played this tail off, man, and he ready. He ready, man, and I'm happy for that because you know a lot of people were saying after the second to last preseason game, the Ravens.
Hey, I got that white bird on the day, DV.
I see that. So after after the Ravens game, they was like Nate Wiggins was better than him. I'm like, nah, bro. I'm like, no, he different. He different, bro.
Yep. So let's go ahead and continue on with these grades. By the way, for me and Jalen freaking Hurts, I'm
If
giving
Q
him.
had one more step on that ball on the sideline, he was taking that to the crib. He couldn't get around Buddy fast enough.
Right. I'll give Jalen Hurts a 7 on the grade scale for me. So let's continue on. Saquon Barkley had himself a day.
Jesus Christ, did he? Did he?
Listen, y'all. Thank you, Giants. Thank you, Giants, because Saquon had 24 carries for 109 yards and 2 touchdowns. So what grade would you give Saquon, King?
Listen, we was in a space. Hold on, before King go. Hey,
Yeah.
look, DB, I sent you the space, right? And we was giving out stat predictions. And I told them in the space, Saquon was going for 130 yards total offense and 2 touchdowns. He upped me. All right, go ahead, bro. My bad.
But for Saquon, to answer your question, 11. I'll give him 11.
Mhm.
The Will route was great. That was a dot from Jalen Hurts. That was one of the best plays he made all night. But just running and be able to move mountains of guys, pause, to take him downfield and just, to be able to score. Even AJ Brown was in awe. Like, yo, I told you was gonna have a game like this, and he's trying to be humble, but because you seen that on the sideline as well. But Saquon Barkley is him. He's still him, and that's why I was telling people. A lot of people were saying he was washed. He's going to get hurt and everything like that. I'm like, no, he's going to have one of those type of seasons like CMC when he went to the 49ers. But he had a great game, man. He could have had 4. He could have had 4 touchdowns. But Kellen Moore was Kellen Moore down the stretch.
Yeah. Let's hear from you, Smitty.
I think Saquon was amazing, bro. Like, he was as me and DV and everybody else as content creators advertised. Like, we told y'all he was gonna be a difference maker. Like, everybody tried to say Swift this and Swift that. No disrespect to Swift, but I don't think Swift does what Saquon did today. Like, that was one of those things where, like, there was no room. He was like, nah, I'm making room. Like, I'm going to make room even when you tell me I can't get a yard. It was a couple of negative plays, but if he wasn't slipping and sliding all over the place on some of those plays, like the touchdown, he would have, if it was a touchdown, you remember the catch on the sideline when he tried to stop and jump cut back inside, but he ended up sliding and going out. Like, those are the things, like, I can't wait to see on our field, on field that's really built for this, where there's traction, where it's not slippery, we not all over the place. I think to like one of those turnovers, that last tush push for the touchdown, I think that was Cam gotta put it together, man. But I don't think it was gonna be a tush push, bro. Jalen Hurts was going backwards. They was finna do a wrinkle. I think they was finna do that toss again, bro, to Saquon.
Yeah, like they did with Swift, and it was going to be.
Because look, he was going this way because he was going out like to the right side. But when he seen the fumble, he just like stopped his momentum and fell on the ball. But I think it was finna be a wrinkle because Jalen wasn't going forward; he was going backward. He took a step back.
Pause. I know that we're talking about the Eagles right now, but the guy that I wanted made 3 plays. I counted them. Ezra Cooper made 3 plays tonight. I was so pissed. I was like, yo, but our linebackers played better. So I'm not too mad, but Ezra Cooper did make some plays.
Yep. I'll give Saquon an 11 as well. He played his butt off in this game. Thank you, Giants, once again. But let's continue on with the tight end Goddard, AJ Brown, Devontae Smith.
Richie, AJ fell, bro. If AJ don't fall, that's a touchdown, bro. And AJ even went to if you go back and watch it, AJ went to Jalen was like my fault, bro.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
He know he slipped. He knew he slipped.
He slipped. He slipped.
But
you seen it on
but if Jalen don't get flushed, we don't even have to make that pass. It would have been a wide open.
But see, that's what I was saying in my video. What I was saying in my video, and I said this Wednesday, they are known for that flush play to make you do what they want you to do, and then the linebacker come around in the loop and then try to get Jalen Hurts and make him make that play. And I was like, yo, why? Why? But he slipped. So that's what I'm saying. Certain things that you gotta look at. You know, I honestly I don't want to make excuses, but it was clear as day that he slipped. But the tight end didn't really do too much. Grant Calcaterra had some good catches. Dallas Goedert had some great catches. I did not know why we did the screen with Dallas Goedert. They was going to read that. This is from the tape from last year. We're supposed to be opening up the playbook with Kellen Moore, not sitting up there still doing the same thing.
Bro, all that slipping just made me feel like some of those plays, like that screen. I felt like that the first screen. I don't know about the other screen. They ran it like twice. Yeah. No, they ran the screen twice, and then they ran the little out route. But I felt like that first screen, if he don't slip, it was too slippery. I don't know what was going on with that field. Did they not? I thought they changed it out and fixed it up.
No, they just slapped on some lines and everything like that. That was it. They didn't do too much to it. I think the dude from the dude that did the Super Bowl when we were in there, I think he was there.
I wouldn't be surprised.
I'm joking. I'm joking, but no, it was slippery, man. But both teams had to play, man. That's why I'm not even going to bring that up. But the tight ends didn't really do too much. The wide receivers showed up, especially Smitty down the stretch. He had some crucial catches. The guy couldn't guard him. Period. Couldn't guard him. They was just there. The announcers was just saying Smitty got a quiet game, and then he just started going off. AJ Brown went off. They was like, Jordan Love just do a 70-yard bomb to Reed, and then Jalen Hurts comes back with a 70-yard bomb to AJ Brown. So I just like the fact that we stay competitive, and then also we was doing different things. You seen the 2 running back sets with Will Shipley in the game?
Did you see the Goddard one too?
Yeah. And that's what I was saying.
Seeing different stuff, man. Some new shit.
Yo, what? I was like, yo, we got one that's going to be trying stuff. We got a coordinator that's going to be trying stuff and not just stick to the same, the same thing. Period. Nick Sirianni didn't really look too happy at first, but then when Saquon Barkley started going off, he became at ease.
Man, my Packer friends texted me, man. They got teary eyes, man.
Yeah.
They saying it looked like ACL, man.
If it's ACL, that's a bad joint, bro.
That's a bad joint.
So, but it was good. That's the first.
Hey, look, I've seen it pop though. God. I did see it pop on the video.
When Jalen Carter, when Jalen Carter had his knee, and then the person hit him, it did pop.
No, it was soon as Jalen Carter like embraced him all the way, like pulled him in, you can see the knee go. You can see it pop.
Yeah.
Damn, bro.
Damn. I ain't gonna lie, and I was telling all my people like when they were sending me the little bread and shit. I'm like, man, we can run it back if we meet in the playoffs. And they like, bro, I gotta see how my season going, bro. Like,
exactly.
Yo, right. I hope he could come back. Honestly,
I hope he comes back.
No, I don't know how long.
It was Jalen Carter.
It was Jalen Carter.
But Jalen Carter just was wrapping him up, trying to make the sack.
Right. Yeah. So how we feeling?
If he didn't make the awkward turn with his body to throw the ball back, I don't think he hurt himself. But he tried to while Jalen Carter was holding him, he tried to twist his body around and toss it to the running back. I thought that play. Look, I ain't gonna lie, that play kind of scared me a little bit. I seen a lot of open field before they got to him. I was like, oh
my god. Yeah. Yep.
We won.
How we feeling about AJ, Devontae, and Goddard, Smitty?
Come on, bro.
Man, listen, AJ and Devontae did their thing. They handled it real well. I can't wait to get mine from the link. But They played great, man. I think AJ, Devontae, Goddard had a few plays in there where he made some good plays, man. But I really got to shout out Cal Catera a little bit. He made some big catches too, like down the stretch there.
You ain't the only one with a teaching, King.
Don't worry. When I get to the link, I'm gonna grab me one out of the pro shop too, man. I gotta have me one.
Yep.
They go on the wall, man. But they played well, man. I'm gonna give them boys a 10, man. I think Jair Alexander might have made him an enemy for life today. You don't play with AJ Brown. You don't talk crazy to AJ Brown. I think you made an enemy for life today, man. I think it's gonna get real ugly anytime we see Green Bay and AJ Brown a part of this team, because he was talking crazy to AJ a few times, and that's when AJ really woke up. You know what I mean? And I never even seen Smitty talk crazy, DB. He was talking crazy.
You know what I said in my screen when Jair Alexander did that? I was like, he not CD, bro.
You was live? You went live?
No, I'm talking about to my screen. Like, I talk to my TV, bro.
Oh,
like,
okay, yeah. Yeah, I talk to my TV too.
Yeah, I be walking around the room. I do all that crazy shit, man.
Oh,
that's why I don't be going live like
kneeling,
that.
all type of stuff. I be doing everything.
Yeah.
I got a ritual, man. But I did stay in this. Listen, I have never stayed in the space when we played before. I stayed in the space, as nervous as could be a couple times, because they was in the one of these dudes, right? He was so green. He took the Packers at halftime -6. I told him, yeah, you just threw your money away. He told me, nah, we gonna hit. I said, bro, even if they do possibly pull out a miracle win, it'll probably be about 2 or 3. So that -6 you just took is crazy work. And just to come out, man, we win by 5. Ain't that crazy?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
But it was definitely a good game by the playmakers, though. Definitely a good game.
Yes, it was. So let's get to the defense side of the ball. Let's start with you, Smitty. On a scale of 1 to 10, how we feeling about the defense?
If we breaking it down, right, I'm gonna get the corners.
Yeah.
I'm gonna give them an 8.
Yep.
They played well. They gave us some things, but I think it was a little bit safety and corner miscommunication, just guys getting open, just not being in the right places, But they were communicating when they were making the mistakes. So I'm gonna get the cornerbacks an 8. I'm gonna get the safeties an 8. Linebackers, I already told y'all, I'm getting them boys a 10. 10. Them boys played excellent. Our safeties played like Reed. He made some crucial tackles in some moments, like that screen where everybody else was beat and dude tried to jump. Reed just stayed in the play and was just like, all right, I see you going up top. And he just grabbed him. Reed made a few plays. He got this interception, you know what I'm saying? So I really appreciate what he did. Man, he was all over the field. Him, CJ, I mean, they made a real good tandem. Even McCullum, when he had to come in for a few plays for CJ, even was a little bit disruptive in the run game, where he made your boy jump back to the other side when he blitzed down the right side of the offense. You know what I'm saying? He pulled up, made Jacobs go back the other way, right into Jordan Davis' arms. So it was a tumultuous. It was a good effort by the whole defense. But when you look at the defensive line, man, listen, I think Bryce Huff should have had three sacks.
Yeah.
And all 3 of the sacks happened the same way. He ended up at the field, Jordan Love stepping back in the pocket. He shifted his momentum to go back to Jordan Love and completely collapsed on the ground. And I said, bro, like, what is going on here? But we was able to get there a few times, man. Able to frustrate him a few times. We was able to, obviously, like I told y'all before, I thought we could exploit Jalen Carter up the middle. Even Milton Williams had a few nice plays. I didn't understand why Jalen Hunt didn't get an opportunity to play today. I think he could have been used well in their check down game, getting out into the flats against some of those running backs, because I think he could have just spared Nolan, but Nolan did play a couple pass downs where the tight end played like a delayed out, and instead of him continuing to do dumb stuff and try to get to the quarterback, he just peeled off the tackle and followed him into the flat, and he made Jordan Love throw a couple out of the back of the end zone. You know what I mean? So
Right.
I did appreciate what I seen from him. I think, as time goes on, we'll understand the scheme a little bit more. Those guys will start getting to the quarterback. Obviously, tonight wasn't the night you want to have, your first night. But to be honest, we did have a few stances, and I did enjoy the run game, man. Like when they were trying to run the ball early in the game and get us off balance and really punch us in the face, we were able to stand up. Even though they had two drives that we basically gifted them in plus territory, we were able to stand up and hold them boys at 3. And they were trying to run the ball, man. They were trying to do everything they could to really get momentum on their side in the run game and try to exploit us. If you notice, DV, they're a heavy play action team, and
Yeah.
they kind of couldn't even use the play action.
No,
They try
because
to go ahead.
no, I was saying because in the beginning of the game, we were stopping Josh Jacobs. Josh Jacobs at one point had 8 carries for 12 yards.
And then there was an opportunity where they tried to go for a flea flick. And I was so proud of how we played that moment. It was no lapse in defense. Everybody stayed home. Everybody covered. To the point Jordan Love just scrolled outside and threw it away. There was nothing there. Like that's the type of defense I need. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, it's bend but don't break. But I seen Fangio put some things in there that really excited me about this defense that they could communicate well. He wasn't scared to put Quinyon on the island. But I ain't gonna lie to y'all. I do got a problem, but I don't want to see Avonte Madison in the game, bro. As soon as they
I said the
went
same
right at him.
thing. You know
They
what I
went
said?
right
I
at
said,
him, bro.
yo, this boy Smitty was right. I'm like, yo, what is wrong with him? I'm like, yo, it's no way. And then when he was lined up across from
Watson.
Christian Watson, I said, yo, that's a touchdown. That's a touchdown,
Yep.
bro. I said that's a
They
touchdown.
went right at him, bro. They didn't even hesitate. They went right at him.
I'm like, oh, so he the Bradbury now. That's what's going to happen. But I don't think
I understand they was gonna play. I thought they were gonna play Quinyon, but I think it was a good move to put Quinyon outside. I think Avonte inside. But if y'all notice, we went into a big nickel set later in the game.
Did you
took
also
Avonte
notice?
off the field.
Did you also notice that they switched safeties? So Reed was on the other side.
Yep.
So it was Quinyon and CJ. I was like, yo, that's tough. I said, I understand that.
I like the way they used Cooper in the limited snaps he had. I did like what they did with him. They kind of kept him in the middle of the defense. They roamed him, and they gave him a deep little zone to play right there in the middle of the field. He played it well, bro. He locked it up. Quinyon Mitchell, hats off to him. But Avonte Madison, bro, I hope Isaiah Rodgers is back next week because what I see from Quinyon Mitchell today, once you slide him inside and Isaiah Rodgers is outside, this defense is going to be different. And I think a lot of the miscommunication is also one of the guys being out. You know what I'm saying? Avonte being in a position he hasn't really been in all offseason. He's more been up top. So, a couple of those miscommunications with Avonte and, Reed Blankenship or Avonte and CJ kind of miscommunicating on who's taking who. And then there was one to where Nakobe didn't get enough depth. I think it still would have been completion either way. But Kobe don't get enough depth, and they get an easy completion. And C.J. Gardner-Johnson is the last man of hope, and he slips and falls as he's trying to make the tackle.
Right.
So,
King?
I mean, it was a good
Words,
defense. Complete defensive total, I give him an 8.5 all the way around the board.
Right. King?
So I was watching a lot of tape. Shout out to Philly Films.
Yeah, boy, shout out to them. Hey, I had him in a space, DV, and I sent you the space that day, man. Eric, he was in there breaking the game down.
But I was watching that tape. I was watching some Green Bay Packer like content creators tape and everything, and it was very predictable. Very predictable. One thing I didn't see from the Green Bay Packers was basically they they didn't have that tight end up top a lot, because once they have that, I already know what they're doing. You know, they didn't have him to the point where he was in motion, but I like the way that our defense actually handled the motion a lot because they rotated. It wasn't no like
Mm,
last season. Last season it was
golly,
more
man.
so, hey,
Steve,
who
tell
got
me it
him?
ain't true, man.
Yo, who got him? Yeah, I
Damn,
think he
tell me
did.
it ain't true,
Yeah,
bro.
yeah. I think it just came to my phone
What?
that he tore his
George,
ACL.
Oh no, man.
But yeah, I just liked how the whole secondary played, except for Avante Maddox. Um, Slay was Slay. He got beat a couple times, but he recovered. He recovered throughout the game.
Mhm.
Um, but Quinyon Mitchell was the best cornerback that we had all game. Um, and that's telling. That's telling for the rookie. But also you got to give shout out to the safeties, man. I did see it was I think he got his hand stepped on CJ
Ooh.
because he was like
Hey,
I'm gonna beat you.
Philly,
You know,
Philly might say he want Cooper DeJean over Avante Maddox if Avante if
that's what I said. I said
Isaiah
put
out another game.
I said we might as well put Cooper in because he getting cooked. He was getting cooked. Um, but you got the linebackers. The linebackers was great. The only thing I did not like from the Kobe D besides the drop pick
And
was
DVU
that
is right too. I gotta tell
it was
you,
a
is right.
coverage drop. What about what?
About them having respect for Slay and not being willing to try him as much as I thought they
I
would.
said that. I said that because
They
if they
tried
would
him
have
that one
tried
time
him,
and then they never went back.
right, right. And Slate, where Jigga at, man? Because Slate, a couple of times he had an opportunity to tackle where he did. I think he grabbed somebody's helmet and like helped guide him down because he was already getting tackled.
Oh yeah,
Um,
yeah, 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 yeah. I remember that. Yeah, yeah.
said what? I said, yo, so he really don't want to get hurt. I get it. Um, but overall, man, the defense, everybody played great except for Avante Maddox.
Yep.
I feel like, and I gotta go with an 8. I was gonna go with a 7.5, but I'll go with an 8. I'll go with an 8.
Yeah, I'm with you.
Do you
I'll
see what
give
I
it.
just sent you, DV?
Yeah,
Yeah,
I'll
he
give it an
was.
8 as well. So, all right, let's get to the.
Oh, there you
I
go.
sent it. I sent it to YouTube group.
All right, all right.
Yeah, it's a wrap. Wrap.
Yeah, that's not good, man. That's
I
not
told you I
good.
seen it pop. I told you I seen it pop. I wasn't tripping.
I know. I believe you, Smitty. It just, man. Shoot. All right. Quickly to the coaches, King. If you got any thoughts on Kellen and Vic?
I mean, overall, I think that Vic Fangio did a great job. For what he had, and he had a great like stance in that first half. Second quarter, you could tell that like Smitty said earlier, Jalen Carter, Milton Williams got tired, so the lanes started to open up for guys like Josh Jacobs in that fourth running back that they had on their squad. Um, so the lanes start opening up for them. Made the play action a lot more easier, and then you had those drag routes that we could possibly not guard in the second half. And I'm like, how do they keep getting open like that? And then I was like really yelling at the TV when I seen CJ Gardner Johnson go one way and Reed went the other way. That pissed me off. But Vic did call a great game overall. Like I said, due to the conditions that we were in, also, this is the first time everybody's playing really together. So this was like their preseason game, honestly. And you- I give Vic a 9. I give him a 9, and I give Kellen Moore. Kellen Moore, overall, if we go in the overall game, for me, Kellen Moore gets a 7.
Yeah.
Because majority of that was talent. honestly. And then on top of that, we were talking about like just handing off the ball to Saquon, feed the hot hand. But he had empty sets down the stretch, and I'm like, why do you do that when we're at the 30? We're on their 30. Like, yo, run the ball, run the ball. God, thank God that Jalen Hurts made a couple good throws to Devontae Smith, but we should have been under center and all that. If you want to kill him with a play action, if we got to third and long, so be it. But we were getting first downs.
Yep.
I don't understand the
Hey,
keepers.
did you see that Field injured the referee?
Yeah, I seen that.
Yeah.
I seen that. Jalen Hurts bailed him out a couple times with runs down in the second half. But Jalen Hurts, I don't know. He can make any coach really look like they call us some good plays. But Kellen Moore did do some great things, like mixed it up a little bit. So I'll give him a 7 just because down the stretch he did that bozo, Kellen Moore stuff. And I think, once we get back to NovaCare, that Nick Sirianni is going to have a talk with him. Probably Howie Roseman be in the room too. But yeah, they're gonna have a conversation like, yo, we can't be doing that. Yo, we got the ball, the game in the bag. Run the ball, run the timeout.
Right.
So I give him a 7, and I give Vic a 10. No, a 9. I said a 9.
Yep. Smitty?
I'm gonna go on the side of I'm gonna give Nick Sirianni a 9.
I ain't even do that.
I'm gonna give Nick Sirianni a 9.
Only because Nick Sirianni is not really
Nah, he did some things. He called some crucial moment plays. A couple fourth downs. He told us we was going for a couple times. He made some crucial plays. Even some of the timeouts he called. You know what I'm saying? The timeout right before we got the delay of game, where Jalen didn't really know the clock was so low. He was trying to run it down. It was like 1 second, and Nick was like, "No, let me get the timeout." And I was like, "Woo!" Because that would have killed, and we ended up scoring on that drive. That was the Saquon.
He managed. So. He managed. Yeah, Nick Sirianni managed the game well.
Time management was elite, bro.
Yeah, so I gotta give him a 9 as well.
Yeah,
I'll give him a 9.
I'm gonna give Fangio a 10 for sure. I'm gonna give Kellen Moore an 8. I think a couple times he got a little away from his game plan from what he really wanted to do. You know what I mean? Because things wasn't working out how they were supposed to. But I think he did well to maintain the game. And in crucial moments, he calls some elite drives. You know what I'm saying? He put something together where the only thing I didn't like was the rotation of Saquon. I understand you're not trying to kill him, but I seen Kenny Gainwell play a few too many snaps for my life.
Don't get me started with Kenny G, please.
But the thing
is,
he
had a good game with just.
He didn't do anything wrong.
I say
he didn't do anything wrong. He didn't do anything wrong. He did what he did.
He had a cool game. You know what I mean? It wasn't nothing you would, you're not gonna complain about him having a game like that. But you ain't gonna. I mean, he had that. If we didn't get that penalty, he would have had the game, almost the game sealing catch. When we got the penalty on that sideline. What I said?
Jalen Hurts. No. If you ain't saying that, I'll just say pause real quick, not to cut you off. But Jalen Hurts, win blitz, 6 for 7, a touchdown, and he was a perfect rating. Win blitz. So, yeah, they've been working on it. And he had, I think, 91 yards, they said, right? Yep, 91 yards.
Yep, I just got it from Jeff. Jalen Hurts win blitz, 6 of 7, 91 yards, a touchdown, no picks. Hurts win pressured, 4 of 10, 108 yards, a touchdown, no picks.
Right.
Yep, but go ahead, Smitty. You were saying about coaches?
I was giving Kellen Moore. I definitely got to give him a good 8. I think he did make some mistakes. I think sometimes he got away from the game plan. When we had the run game going, he kind of went away from it a little bit. But I kind of understood what he was trying to do, trying to catch him off guard. Plays just didn't work out. couple times the offensive line wasn't as great. Lane Johnson, hey, I don't know. He gave up 2 pressures today. He didn't give up the sack, but he gave up 2 pressures. That I thought he kind of just whiffed on. But I told y'all last year he was doing the same thing this year with. Remember what I told y'all last year with Cam? He was trying to stay close to make sure Cam didn't give up the pressure inside on his side. He was doing the same thing for Mekhi today, and he gave up a pressure almost wide open. Jalen Hurts was able to get it out, but it was a good game by Kellen Moore, man. He really started out strong. He really called the game to the tee off the rip. Like he had 2 good drives that kind of impeded after we had 2 bad drives. But we had the fumble, we had the interception, but then he had 2 touchdowns back to back, then the field goal. So he put together a semi pretty good game. Some things he got to clean up, understand what's going on in the game, kind of pay attention to what's really moving the needle at the moment, what's hot. And we had a running game going a couple of times, and he kind of killed the drive by just taking it out of Saquon's hands or Jalen hands and kind of putting it back in the air. But I think that comes with time because he did kind of at the end of the game. I got to give him really good props because he was able to kill the drive. He was able to kill the clock. He was able to pretty much put together a 7-minute drive where them boys wasn't able to get the ball back. That's impressive to do.
For 30 seconds. It took 30 seconds. Yeah. It took 30 seconds.
Like,
oh, it's one person we forgetting about, man. Did y'all see Stoutland adjustment?
What happened?
So Cam Jurgens at the beginning of the game, man, he was, off a little bit. But as the time went on, I think that he was talking to Mekhi Becton and Cam Jurgens, and ever since then,
I saw
he
that.
Had he had Mekhi Becton tap Jurgens to hike the ball because he was saying, I guess I don't know, I'm just paraphrasing, but I think that it was hard for him to look back, Cam Jurgens to look back at Jalen Hurts and then try to hike the ball and all that because of the slippery ground. So he was just like this. As soon as he gets the tap, that's when he hiked the ball. So that was a good adjustment.
Yeah. Salute to everybody in the chat. Let's go ahead and give our game balls out before we wrap up because it's almost 1 o'clock in the morning. Salute to everybody rocking with us. So let's start with King DV. Who gets a game ball? A couple game balls.
Saquon. If I got to get 2 and 2 offense and defense, Saquon. Definitely Saquon. Definitely AJ. On defense, I'm gonna just go to linebackers.
Yeah,
I'm gonna go with the linebackers. I'm gonna go with both of them. They deserve the game balls. Pause. Just being consistent the whole game. Just being consistent the whole game. I just do want to see a little bit more in coverage, but overall, like we know, Nakobe Dean is good for what he's good for, But I would like to see a lot more coverage and just being on the fly, knowing that hopping on the plane, knowing that Devin White is not playing, and you're looking forward to him being on the plane, and you come out there and have a game like that, and almost had a pick 6. You can't take nothing away from him, man. He deserved some more snaps. And then Zach Bond, man, that's the first time really seeing him. And hey, he was talking trash as well. And he was closing out on flat routes. He was doing everything that you needed to be doing.
Remember that report we was talking about on Wednesday, DV? Does it seem true now? Like after seeing them boys play together?
No.
Huh?
No, I'm only saying no because of what Nick Sirianni said. He basically said that Devin White tweaked his ankle that week, and he was trying to see if he could play on it. He didn't play. He said, but people that's behind him going to be able to step up. This is basically what he said in the presser. So that's why I said no until I see it. Like basically that against Atlanta, it's the same too. I'm not sold on it yet, but like I said, they had a great game for week 1.
Yep.
It was a good game, right? It was overall a good game. Game balls. for the offense, I'm gonna go with Smitty, right? Off the rip. Like Smitty had a pretty clutch game. Like
Mm-hmm.
my second game ball. Landon Dickerson. He made some
one
plays.
hiccup. That's it.
One hiccup. He did have one.
He had one. He had one.
He did. He missed it. He completely missed it, and they blew the play up in the backfield. But yeah, he played lights out. I honestly was gonna go with Saquon, but on the defense, I'm gonna go with Quinyon Mitchell and Jordan Davis. I'm gonna go with Quinyon and Jordan.
Yeah,
I was going, honorable mention Reed Blankenship for sure.
Yeah.
But
because
I gotta
we
go
had
with them
some
two
close outs
guys,
too.
man. Yeah, I gotta go with those two guys. They played pretty much down to the T. Jordan Davis did his job for 4 quarters. Like even when everybody else was around him ready to tap out, he was like still locked in, ready to go. Jalen Carter, never mind. I mean, Jordan Davis played to the T, and then Quinyon Mitchell. I mean, the future is bright at the cornerback position. I can say, good sirs. After watching him week 1, he played some man. He played some zone. He blitzed. I mean, he did everything. Like I like what I see out of him. Definitely got to give him a game.
Yep. For me, it gotta be Saquon, and I'm with you. You gotta give it to Devontae Smith. Defensively, Quinyon, and I'll go Zach Bond because he had himself a good game as well. So Smitty and Barkley, Quinyon, and Zach Bond for me. So
That ball had 15 tackles, 2 sacks. Game winning sack.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And you should have saw the excitement from everybody after that game-winning sack too. Yeah. So, all right. I guess that's it for today. We'll give our early thoughts on the Atlanta Falcons on Sunday. Unless you guys got anything to add before we wrap up.
Atlanta might be in for a rude awakening if they think what they seen tonight is what they're gonna see next Monday.
At the link. Yeah.
It's gonna be a totally different game. It's gonna be way crisper. And if they tell me that was a home game, I'm gonna tell them they should give me my home game back because I seen way more Green Bay than the Eagles. That was an away game if anyone could have been one, but we came out on top, man. So I think the Atlanta game is gonna be an interesting one. I don't think they have as many as a complex of an offense. Their offense is new. They putting it together. That offense we just played has been running pretty much together for 3 years. The only thing that changed out was the quarterback. You know what I'm saying? But before that, Christian Watson, Dobbs, all them boys was there running that same offense with Aaron Rodgers. You know, even the last year he was there, they had a bad year, but they've been pretty much together for 3 years. So for us to be able to step up and play the Shanahan offense in that manner, I think the future is bright because I don't see another offense that really gonna hit us like that for a while. I don't think looking at what Atlanta's gonna bring to the table, I think they're gonna do a couple things that, you know, with the run game that they're gonna try to. But if the run game is what you're depending on, listen. Josh Jacobs is a top running back in this league. I respect Bijan Robinson, but if you can't get outside with Bijan, he not just finna kill me inside. And I think I got some run stoppers that can stuff the holes. And I definitely know I have no more hesitation in my linebackers. Hopefully we get back fully healthy so we can see that rotation DB keep telling me about with all 3 of those guys kind of rotating in and out. Because for what I've seen today, man, I'm pretty confident in what we can do in the run game. And they don't have the receiving core of the Green Bay Packers. The Green Bay Packers believe they have 6 number ones.
Yep. Any thoughts on the
and listen, did you hear it in the game? They said it. They believe they got 5 top pass catchers. They said it in the game. The announcer said it loud and clear. I was like, oh. Dang. I don't think I don't think Atlanta got that.
Right. King, any thoughts on the Falcons? Early thoughts?
Early thoughts? No, I'm just waiting to see what I see on Sunday.
Yep. And with that
That's all.
being said, we'll wrap it up here. Let's give our final thoughts before, and we'll see you guys Sunday. We'll react to week 1. We'll react to the Falcons, and we'll give our early thoughts on the Falcons. But until then, final thoughts, King.
Go Birds, man. We want to know, man. And everybody needs to stop panicking about, hey, it didn't look good and everything. No, it's not going to look good because the starters did not play a preseason snap. They played against the Patriots twos in joint practice, and that was it. They didn't really do too much. So this is basically, look at this as the preseason game for the starters. And they were talented enough and they was well coached enough to pull out the victory. That's basically what it is. You can't really start judging this team until like the quarter of the season, like three to 4 games in, really. Just want them to clean it up. You don't want to panic, but after last season, everybody got PTSD. I get it. But at the same time, look, we just gotta, take the win. I know it's not going to be Monday morning or Monday victory to get a Dunkin' Donuts coffee for free, but hey, hey, a win is a win, 1-0, and yeah, we'll see y'all in the next video. Fly Eagles fly.
Yep, Smitty.
Wow, our defense really. Jordan Love was 17 for 34 for 260, 2 touchdowns and the interception. With a rating of 83. I mean, we really played well. Listen, I know there's a lot of bad in this game. You gotta look at, but when you look at the ultimate picture of everything that just transpired in this game, right? You gotta be optimistic of it. It's only gonna get better as we learn it, as we gel, as we start getting chemistry. As you seen today, Jahan Dotson wasn't even prepared to really be in the offense. But him as a distraction did cause some traffic jams that left Smitty open, that left AJ open because they were committing a player to Jahan Dotson. They do believe he is an explosive player. So next week, man, we're going up against a team that I don't think is as, well equipped as we played today. And we're going to go get better. Well, 1-0 every week is all we can do, man. So fly goes Birds.
And for me, y'all, listen, I don't give a damn what Nick Wright has to say. I don't give a damn what Emmanuel Ono had to say. I don't care what all these haters, doubters, and critics have to say. I care about this. This right here. It's on my chain. It's on King DV's chain. It's on the banner of Smitty. This is all I care about. And this tells me 1-0. Let's get healthy. Let's get ready to go. We got the Falcons coming up. Don't underestimate them. Don't look past them. Don't say easy win because there ain't no easy wins in this league, man. So with that being said, we will see you Sunday to react to week 1 and give our early thoughts on the Falcons. Fly Eagles fly, go Birds 1-0. And for every Eagles victory, there's always an aftermath. Peace.